If you had the chance to adjust a single element in your daily start to radically enhance your cognitive abilities, vitality, and overall achievements, would you take that step? During the last 4 decades, I've examined the behaviors of countless high achievers and identified a shared trait among them. They maintain a daily opening ceremony that effectively rewires their thoughts for triumph. This isn't about quiet reflection or physical workouts. Although those play key roles, it's a far more influential and unexpectedly straightforward practice that the majority of individuals entirely miss. Were you aware that the initial half hour after waking sets the tone for roughly 80% of your output, mood, and judgment-making skills throughout the remaining 16 hours? A lot of folks squander this vital window by scrolling through their devices, absorbing pessimistic broadcasts, or hurrying chaotically toward their jobs. However, the planet's top performers have unlocked the mystery of what I refer to as Dawn Thought Command. And right now, I'm prepared to explain precisely how to implement it. I'm Tracy, and across more than 40 years, I've delved into the routines of the globe's leading figures. I've collaborated with heads of major corporations on the fortune list, entrepreneurs who've amassed millions, top-tier competitors, and influencers across diverse domains. And I can promise you this: accomplishment doesn't happen by chance. It's the outcome of deliberate choices you select daily, beginning with the way you opt to spend those opening moments upon rising. Allow me to share the experience of Jim, someone I advised who, at age 45, sensed total disorientation. He held a supervisory role in a moderate-sized firm, pulling in a respectable income. Yet internally, he experienced a void. Each daybreak, he arose filled with unease, instantly reviewed his messages, and launched into a responsive pattern, addressing others' expectations rather than shaping his own path. His partnership was crumbling, his well-being was declining, and he believed he'd surrendered authority over his existence. Is this ringing a bell? If you're similar to many, you likely stirred this daybreak, reached for your gadget, and began ingesting data that external sources deemed crucial. Reports on disasters beyond your influence, trivial chat notifications, communications that weren't pressing. Essentially, you relinquished command of your thoughts to outside elements before your routine even commenced. This is what you must grasp. Your thoughts resemble a plot of land. If you fail to intentionally sow appropriate elements each dawn, unwanted growths will sprout on their own. Those intrusions include pessimistic ideas, needless concerns, uncertainty about yourself, and the sensation of lacking direction in your journey. But the encouraging part is, you possess complete capability to alter this, and it all initiates with what I term the 5 foundations of Dawn Thought Command. These aren't abstract ideas or trendy spiritual notions. They're actionable, tested methods that have reshaped countless existences. The initial foundation is what I describe as the intentional rising ceremony. Many individuals emerge from slumber and slip right into automatic behavior. They leap from their resting place, glance at their device, cleanse quickly, and depart without forming one purposeful choice regarding their desired emotions or daily objectives. Accomplished figures act differently. Upon awakening, prior to leaving their bed, they devote 5 minutes to posing 3 impactful inquiries. What emotions do I aim to experience today? What are the 3 primary tasks I need to fulfill? And what type of individual will I elect to embody today? These inquiries might appear basic, yet they carry immense strength. By responding to them deliberately, you seize authority over your psychological condition from the instant your eyes open. You're configuring your deeper mind to pursue chances that align with your desired feelings and accomplishments. Let me offer a tangible illustration. Sarah, a person I guided, was a 42-year-old professional parent who constantly felt swamped. Each daybreak, she rose tense, pondering all her obligations. Once she adopted the intentional rising ceremony, her world shifted profoundly. Rather than beginning with worry, she initiated each period with focus and intent. In under half a year, she earned an advancement in her position, greatly enhanced her bonds with her offspring, and shed 15 kilograms she'd struggled to eliminate for ages. What shifted? Not her outer conditions, her inner perspective at the day's onset. By assuming command of your thoughts in those early instances, you assume command of all that ensues. The second foundation is appreciation, reconfiguration. Before you assume this is yet another talk on thankfulness, listen closely. Appreciation isn't merely a pleasant sensation. It's a robust brain-based instrument that physically restructures your thinking for achievement and joy. Brain researchers have discovered that steady appreciation routines boost the creation of dopamine and serotonin, the substances linked to contentment in your system. Even more crucially, it educates your thoughts to hunt for the uplifting instead of the downbeat. This doesn't involve overlooking issues, but cultivating the skill to spot potentials where others perceive barriers. Each daybreak, following the 3 intentional rising inquiries, allocate another 5 minutes to jot down 3 precise elements you're thankful for. But the essential aspect is, avoid restricting to broad items like your relatives or your fitness. Get detailed. I'm thankful for the discussion I shared with my child the day before that aided my comprehension of his viewpoint. I'm thankful for the chance to tackle a demanding assignment that's fostering my career advancement. Why is this effective? Because you're instructing your brain to recognize the affirmative facets of your existence. And this is the core idea. Whatever you concentrate on grows larger. If you dwell on difficulties, you'll encounter additional difficulties. If you dwell on potentials and gifts, you'll discover more potentials and gifts. Michael, a 50-year-old manager contemplating separation and despising his occupation, began this appreciation activity. The initial days were challenging. He struggled to identify 3 items. But after 30 days, he shared something remarkable. "Brian, it's unbelievable how my view of existence has altered. The identical issues persist, but now I perceive options that were hidden earlier." 12 months later, he preserved his partnership, launched his venture, and reported feeling 2 decades more youthful. The third foundation is what I label result imagery. This extends well past merely picturing your desires. It's a precise, evidence-based method employed by championship competitors, skilled medical professionals, and the planet's leading business creators. Each daybreak, after your appreciation ceremony, dedicate 10 minutes to imagining your perfect period, but avoid vagueness. Be extraordinarily detailed. Envision precisely how you wish key gatherings to proceed. Listen to the dialogues you desire. Sense the feelings you wish to undergo upon reaching your daily targets. The vital element is to involve every sense. If a significant talk is ahead, picture yourself communicating assuredly. Observe the expressions of individuals grinning and agreeing. Hear the cheers afterward. Experience the fulfillment and success. Your deeper mind can't differentiate between a richly imagined event and an actual one. When you imagine with precision, you're effectively practicing victory. Have you pondered why certain periods seem to progress flawlessly, whereas others fall apart? It's not random. It's the immediate consequence of your psychological readiness. When you purposefully imagine your desired progression, you're configuring your brain's filtering mechanism, the segment that sorts data and pursues matches to your anticipations. Lisa, a 38-year-old property specialist, was enduring her career's lowest point. Transactions had dropped, her assurance was minimal, and she contemplated switching fields. Upon initiating result imagery each daybreak, all transformed. She started picturing fruitful client interactions, completed agreements, and content buyers. Over the following half year, she not only regained her prior levels, but achieved her profession's peak performance. What occurred? Lisa cultivated what I term prepared assurance. She'd rehearsed triumph so frequently mentally that in actual scenarios, her brain was familiar with the process. She proceeded with certainty because she'd mentally visited those moments before. The fourth foundation is the pledge to movement. This is where numerous individuals stumble. They might rise intentionally, engage in appreciation, and even imagine, but they neglect to convert that psychological vigor into tangible steps. It's akin to charging a device without activating it. Each daybreak, post-imagery, pinpoint 3 distinct steps that, if executed that period, will substantially advance you toward your key aspirations. Not a dozen items, not a boundless array of small duties. 3 distinct, impactful steps. But the vital distinction is, these can't be passive duties like responding to communications or participating in gatherings arranged by others. They must be initiative-taking steps that propel you toward your individual and career ambitions. Steps that, if ignored, no one else will handle. For instance, if enhancing fitness is your aim, one step could be moving your body for half an hour prior to your first meal. If fortifying bonds is your focus, it might involve a quarter-hour genuine exchange with your companion, free from interruptions. If progressing professionally is key, it could mean allocating 60 minutes to acquiring a fresh ability pertinent to your sector. The essential factors are detail and scheduling. Avoid stating, "I'll move today." State, "I'll stroll for half an hour in the green space at 7 in the morning." Avoid stating, "I'll dedicate additional moments with my loved ones." State, "I'll share the evening meal with my loved ones device-free at 7 in the evening," and inquire about each person's highlight from their period. Picture how your existence would evolve if daily you fulfilled 3 distinct steps, advancing your primary aims. Over 12 months, you'd have accomplished more than 1,000 targeted steps. It's unimaginable for your existence not to shift dramatically. Robert, a 47-year-old financial expert, feeling stagnant professionally, began utilizing this approach. Each daybreak, he selected 3 steps. 1 for career expansion, 1 for physical well-being, and 1 for family ties. Within 18 months, he obtained a qualification leading to a top financial role, reduced his weight by 25 kilograms, and remarkably deepened his connections with his adolescent offspring. He expressed, "Brian, for the first time in a long while, I sense I'm constructing the existence I genuinely desire, not merely responding to whatever comes my way." The 5th and concluding foundation is what I term the self-definition affirmation. This holds the greatest influence because it addresses the core of all actions, your self-perception, the person you think you are. Many operate from a restricted, passive self-view. They regard themselves as subjects to situations, typical workers, caregivers trying hard, or people unskilled in specific areas. This narrow self-view forms an unseen limit, restricting their attempts and beliefs and possibilities. But high achievers behave otherwise. Each daybreak, they purposefully affirm the person they select to represent that period. Not drawn from history, not from apprehensions, but from their ideal of their optimal self. After selecting your 3 steps, allocate 5 minutes to affirm aloud or in writing, "Today, I select to represent," and finish with the attributes needed to realize your aims. "Today, I select to represent bold, structured, and empathetic. Today, I select to represent a guide who motivates through demonstration. Today, I select to represent a solver rather than someone ensnared by issues." This isn't trickery or enchanted notions. It's intentional self-reprogramming. When you purposefully affirm your representation, your brain pursues methods to behave aligned with that view. It's what experts call mental alignment. People possess a profound urge to behave matching their self-belief. Maria, a 41-year-old business owner whose enterprise was faltering, fully reversed her circumstances upon adopting self-definition affirmations. Each daybreak, she affirmed, "Today, I select to represent an assured guide who chooses based on potentials, not dread." In half a year, she reorganized her enterprise, secured prominent new patrons, and multiplied her earnings 3-fold. Crucially, she shared she at last sensed like the head of her own existence. Now, allow me to speak candidly. Upon learning these 5 foundations, your thoughts might respond, "That seems wonderful, Brian, but my mornings lack space for this. I scarcely have moments to cleanse and dash to my duties." This precise outlook confines most to average existences. They claim no quarter hour for thought command, yet possess hours daily for aimless scrolling, absorbing gloomy reports, or grumbling about circumstances. What if you initiated today? What if you rose 30 minutes sooner tomorrow and devoted that span to configuring your thoughts for triumph? I assure you those 30 minutes will provide greater vitality, focus, and efficiency than extra rest. But the fact is, many viewing this won't apply this knowledge. They'll find it intriguing, perhaps forward it, but won't proceed. Why? Because shifts demand exiting familiarity, and many favor known troubles over the unknown of forging improvement. But you're distinct. Reaching this point indicates an inner drive knowing you merit more, prepared to seize direction of your existence unprecedentedly. Permit me to recount David's tale, a 52-year-old technical specialist who visited me 2 years past, utterly discouraged. After 2 decades at one firm, he'd been dismissed, his partnership strained, his grown offspring scarcely communicated, and he viewed himself as utter defeat. He stated, "Brian, I believe I've squandered my path. It's past time for me." I instructed him precisely what I'm conveying. The 5 foundations of Dawn Thought Command. I advised that faithful practice for 90 days would initiate unimaginable shifts. David doubted but was urgent. He commenced rising at 5:30 daily for his ceremony. Initial days challenged, his thoughts brimmed with pessimism, but he endured. Each daybreak, he addressed his inquiries, engaged appreciation, imagined his optimal period, selected 3 vital steps, and affirmed his chosen representation. After 30 days, he contacted Thrilled. He'd obtained 2 employment discussions, shared the most sincere exchange with his spouse in ages, and sensed optimism from months first. After 90 days, he'd acquired a superior compensated role, initiated a secondary endeavor he'd dreamed of, reduced 18 kilograms, and fully reshaped family bonds. Today, 2 years on, David is transformed. He's overseeing engineering at a cutting-edge firm, released a virtual offering yielding steady revenue, competes in long runs, and crucially, rises daily eager for prospects. What altered? David's outer situations matched when he began. The shift was seizing mental command each dawn, and that elevated state spawned fresh steps, fresh chances, and fresh outcomes. This is what I urge you to comprehend profoundly. You hold identical capability as David. You possess equal potential for existence shift. The sole variance is choosing to employ that capability. Brain science reveals something remarkable. Your system is adaptable, able to forge fresh links and alter fixed routines regardless of years, irrespective of age, duration in ruts, or current hardships. You can retrain for triumph. But one requirement: steadiness. Experts indicate roughly 66 days of steady effort for a fresh routine to automatize. Thus, initiating your dawn ceremony today and maintaining for 66 days makes it innate, like dental care. Now, let's tackle excuses your thoughts generate. I'm not suited for early rises. My case differs. I bear excessive duties. I've attempted similar without success. These are narratives your thoughts spin to retain comfort. Truthfully, you weren't innately early or late. These are developed patterns, alterable. Your case isn't uniquely tougher than thousands who've reshaped via these ideas. And if prior attempts failed, likely lacking a thorough, organized framework like this. Here's your immediate post-view action, not delayed today. Grab paper and list the 5 foundations: intentional rising, appreciation reconfiguration, result imagery, pledge to movement, self-definition, affirmation. Beneath each, detail tomorrow's implementation. Specify what hour to rise, where for ceremony, which inquiries, what appreciations, what to imagine, which 3 steps, who to represent. Then, vitally, position that paper bedside pre-slumber. Upon eye-opening tomorrow, first sight is your pledge to existence command, but continue. Ready your surroundings for triumph. Activate flight mode on device or relocate it. You can't command thoughts if initial act yields to distractions. Ready journal and writing tool for appreciation. Prepare hydration. Form a tangible area aiding mental shift. Here's a pointer distinguishing triumph from defeat. Secure a responsibility companion. Inform a trusted individual about your fresh dawn ceremony. Request daily checks first fortnight on completion. Ideally, locate a joiner. Shifts simplify with companionship. Recall my opening statement that initial 30 minutes shape 80% of output and mood? This isn't mere data. It's a call to overhaul your existence. Consider, altering daily starts over 365 periods invests about 180 hours in thought triumph programming. That's over 4 full-time weeks solely for growth. Envision that influence. Many allocate greater effort to vacation planning than daily unfolding. They expend more thought on streaming selections than self-definition and aims. But you'll differ. You'll join the minority assuming full accountability for existence quality, grasping that quality stems not from events but responses. and responses commence with dawn thought programming. Permit me one concluding tale illustrating these ideas reshaping strength. 5 years passed. I encountered Elena, a 44-year-old lone parent employed as support staff. She'd freshly separated, bore heavy debts, raised 2 teens solo, and felt life overwhelmed. Elena attended my event via a friend's gift, expecting little. She later shared expecting motivational filler without real shift. But dawn thought command resonated, perhaps realizing years of rising defeated pre-start. She trialed the ceremony 30 days experimentally. Initial days tough, appreciation drew to troubles, imagery to failures. But Elena continued, and gradually shifts emerged. Initially subtle, she reached duties with altered demeanor. Rather than victimhood, she sensed some experience command. After 60 days, her superior noted. Elena began suggesting process enhancements, unprecedented. Upon supervisory opening, she sought despite doubts. She gained the elevation, new pay-stabilizing finances. Crucially, she shared sensing active life creation over survival. Today, Elena oversees regionally, owns residence, offspring flourish in nurturing bond. But on transformation's key, she states, Brian, all shifted when I ceased mourning victimhood and became mourning originator. This distinguishes mere survivors from active originators. Survivors rise responsively, permitting outer dictates inner. Originators rise initiative-taking, employing opening moments for desired experience programming. Which do you select? Continue mourning victim, or become daily experience conscious originator? That choice shapes tomorrow's feelings and 5-year existence. Small dawn alterations compound to vast shifts. Like financial growth, regular modest inputs yield wealth via compounding. Similarly, for mental inputs, daily mental mastery investments yield extraordinary enduring outcomes. But difference. Financial compounding decades for drama, mental shows in days, weeks. Altered thoughts, feelings prompt, altered steps, yielding altered outcomes. Now, pause for direct query. Noted during this? Paused reflecting application to your specifics? Or passively absorbed, hoping automatic integration? Results, getters versus not. Active involvement. They don't consume. They engage, apply promptly, adapt personally. If not noted, do now. Halt if needed, list foundations. Note tomorrow's implementation. Not optional for true shift, essential. Let me speak plainly. 40+ years in growth field, seeing millions intake improvement info, but minority implement for transformative outcomes. Difference? Not smarts, learning, situations, readiness, exit comfort. Act differently despite unreadiness, inconvenience, uncertainty. Achievers proceed with partial data. They grasp never fully prepared for major shifts, but act as imperfect action trumps perfect stillness. So, actor or excuser. If acting, grasp. Initial days uneasy. Thoughts resist, suggest delay. Normal, mental balance. Thoughts maintain current, even unhelpful. Winner's secret. Act amid resistance. Don't await vanishing. Discomfort transformations cost, they pay. Strategy for overcoming. First 21 days, focus completion over perfection. If 5 minutes only, do. If appreciation strained, fine. If imagery unclear, okay. First 21 goal, habit creation, not flawlessness. Established, refine, but first, basic pattern of conscious starts. Habit insight. Easier small start, gradual build than perfect attempt. Early quit. If 25 overwhelming, begin 10. 1 inquiry over 3. 1 appreciation. Imagine 1 scenario, 1 step, 1 affirmation. Key, commence as modifying existing easier than fresh creation. One's basic conscious start habit. Full expansion, natural. But perfect day 1. Mind rebels. Likely abandoned pre-root. Now, environment's role in success. Most underrate surrounding support or sabotage. Cluttered rest area, bedside device, no designated ceremony spot, creates friction hindering adherence. Pre-bed tonight, set up tomorrow, success. Declutter. Position journal, tool. Perhaps illuminate candle, soft sounds for state. Create dawn haven, dedicated growth spot. Simple chair, table. Vital. Yours. For this brain signal self-work time. Consider cohabitants. Partner, offspring. Communicate 25 minutes sacred. No disruptions, queries, talks. Self-investment time. Self-investment betters you for them. Initially, misunderstanding, resistance, but positive energy, attitude, output changes make supporters. Carlos faced this. Spouse deemed selfish. Kids interrupted. 6 weeks, spouse. Don't know Carlos's morning doings, but continue. More patient, present, positive years. Ever considered emotional state impacts surroundings? Positive, powerful dawn state improves own experience and interactions. Offspring, better parent. Partner, better companion. Colleagues, better collaborator. Patrons, better professional. Essentially, dawn mental responsibility improves own life and positively contributes circle among most giving acts. Now, addressing minds, Brian, amazing but life chaotic. Grave money woes, health, bonds. Really 25 minutes difference amid big troubles? Answer, especially amid big, need most. Big solved, not panic, worry, reactivity, with clarity, strategy, steady action. Can't have if dawn mental chaos, like foggy drive, unclear vision, good intentions, likely crash, lost. Dawn ceremony like activating lights, clearing view, pre-drive, provides clarity navigating challenges. Observed. Biggest crises yield dramatic results. Why? High motivation, chaos, clarity, contrast, obvious. Patricia endured shattering separation, job loss, grave health simultaneously. Thought, perhaps overload. But, Patricia. Brian, external chaos necessitates internal stability. Without mind control, no effective situation management, right? 6 months, navigated separation gracefully. Better job, health improved, maintained sanity, hope. If waited calm for growth, likely still struggling, overwhelmed. Truth, never perfect start time. Always challenges, distractions, delays. Perfect now, especially tough. Crucial long-term, practice evolution. 5 foundations base, not fixed. Post 90 days, experiment additions, light movement, growth reading, reflection, Sunday planning. Key, complement, not replace core. Foundations house base, solid pre-building, personalize each to resonate. Imagery, someday interactions, others long aims. Affirmation, general. I am assured guide, or specific I creatively solve complexes. No right, effective, maintainable long-term. Non-negotiable, steadiness. Benefits regular, not sporadic. Scale daily, better than full irregular. Brain needs repetition, new paths. Intense week, 2 off, restart. Consistent months, even imperfect, permanent pattern, lifelong service. Speaking lifelong, envision permanent routine. Rise, not anxiety, stress, but anticipation, excitement prospects. Clarity priorities, never overwhelmed lists. Confidence challenges, obstacles puzzles, not stress. End days fulfillment, intentional time, consistent progress aims. Mastery, emotional, others' views, actions can't unsettle, not fantasy. Clients report post-month steady practice. Beautiful. Once developed, automatic. No effort positive state, natural, clear. Not no tough days, challenges. Life presents obstacles, disappointments, difficulties. Difference, mental tools navigate strength, clarity over reactivity, chaos. Like expert navigator storm versus helpless rider, captainless ship. Same elements, outcome differs, preparation, skill. Dawn ceremony makes life expert navigator. Can't control storms, but navigation. Excites, mental mastery, inspiration, source others. People ask, changed, calm pressure, confidence origin. Become example leader. No preach, transformation speaks. Miguel. 6 months practice, 3 colleagues ask teach. Year later, informal group company weekly shares, accountability, exponential authentic transformation, spread circle, positive ripples beyond. Nearing end, reflect. Legacy desired, offspring, descendants 20 years recall, stressed, reactive, circumstance complainer, or challenges grace, purpose, unwavering positive. Daily living models followed, loved ones especially. Teach resilience, optimism, discipline, live consistently. Dawn ceremony, not just own improvement, becoming a version contributing most others. World well-being, world needs best you. Unbridled creativity, boundless vitality, wisdom, fear, doubt free. Problems only you solve. Contributions only you, lives only you touch. But only if highest potential. Can't if dawn autopilot, outer dictate inner. So alarm tomorrow, mind urges 5 more bed minutes. Remember, not just self. For all benefiting best you. Children see possible full life responsibility. Partner deserves loving, present. Colleagues elevated leadership, creativity. Serve better highest. Essentially, dawn ceremony world service. Prepare and give absolute best following hours. Pre-finish, final exercise, accelerate results. Tonight pre-bed, write self-letter perspective, year ahead, desired become. Describe thinks, feels, acts daily. Handles challenges, relates, structures, energy projects, specific detailed. Then, dawn ceremony, red portion. Inspiration affirmations, imagery, future self-vision pulls forward. Powerful subconscious clear target. Over vague improve, detail become vision. Most beautiful truth, describe person, not impossible. Accessible self-version awaiting consistent actions manifest. Daily practice, conscious mental choice over chance, act vision over past, closer becoming. Time passes regardless. Use conscious evolve, highest, or autopilot, can't stop. Only how use. Reaching here, no profound inside ready change, tired below potential. Knows deserve richer, fulfilling, meaningful. That deep, true, authentic, highest self. Patiently awaited decision attention, nurturing. Dawn ceremony honors that. Says, growth priority. Mental well-being matters. Potential deserves development. Action declaration, magical happens. Universe supports growth. Needed opportunities appear. Helpful people enter. Resources available. Not literal magic. Natural elevated state sees previously invisible opportunities. Takes unconsidered actions. Now, pre-end something. Verbal self-commitment. Alone or not, allowed. I commit dawn thought command next 30 days. Commit, rise 25, earlier daily, personal growth invest. Commit, become no can, do now, allowed. Verbal more powerful silent, engages senses, greater accountability. If committed, congratulations, first transformation. Step all aspects. If not, honest, holding, fear, doubt, undeserved better, barriers. Why need ceremony? Barriers not vanish, require conscious, consistent overcome. No better. Dedicate first, 25 daily reprogramming success. Remember, today you result, thoughts thought, actions taken point. Different tomorrow, week, month. Start different thoughts, actions today. No better tomorrow morning, precious moments, mind fresh, receptive conscious programming. Pre-part, if content valued. Principles difference daily. Invite channel subscribe, notifications activate. Weekly share tools, strategies, proven principles highest potential all areas. Not superficial motivation, practical proven systems, work consistent apply. Also, share video. Someone benefit. Sometimes right tool, right person, right time, catalyst, complete transformation. Now, final truth leave. Every great human achievement began decision. Things different. Status quo, insufficient. Act despite fear, doubt, uncertainty. Life waits that. Future self waits. Loved. Wait you make show. Truly possible, full personal growth. Commit. Decision not deserve extraordinary. Already do. Not potential great. Already have. Only. Honor potential required actions. Tomorrow alarm, golden opportunity. Start first. Rest life day, prove ready always known could. Remember, one decision away, complete transformation, mastering mind, creating desired daily experience. Decide now, act tomorrow, prepare amaze truly capable. World waits best you. Don't wait longer.